So I'm going to be showing you how to set a tubular rivet. Looks like this on one side on the back, and it looks like this on the front. And the tools we'll be using are a hard surface like this piece of stone, a mallet, a tubular rivet peening tool, which looks like this, and it sets the tubular rivet into that really nice shape that's a strong hold. And for my demonstration, I'll use a couple layers of wax canvas and 2 layers of leather and a couple tubular rivets. So let's get started. When setting tubular rivets should always come in from the right side of your leather on the piece of leather that's going to show on the outside of the bag. So this will be the piece of leather that's going to show if I was making a bag, but this is just a sample. So I'm going to stick the tube in there and push it all the way in. Then I'm going to come to the right side of my fabric and stick the tubes in there too. Okay, and lastly, I'm going to take my reinforcement leather and put that on top. Now what you want to see is the tubes that are on the tubular rivet slightly above the bulk of your work. Okay, so they should be sticking up a 1/16 to an 1/8 of an inch above the bulk of your work in order to create a really nice splayed out metal spokes of the tube when they're set. And this creates a really strong rivet set. So you really need this to stick slightly above your work. So I'm using a 9-ounce leather, a double layer, and 3/8 inch tubular rivets here. And that seems like a really good match for me to get a strong set. So we want to be setting our tubular rivets on a hard surface like this stone, and I'm just going to lay them down. I'm on the back side of my work right now, and I'm going to take the tubular rivet peening tool, which looks like this on the side that sets, and I want to vertically align the peening tool on top of a tube. And I can actually feel it in there. Then I'm going to take a mallet and I'm going to strike it straight up and down. And I want to start with a medium light strikes and then increase the force to heavy. Now I could really feel this peening tool set down in as the tube splayed out. So I can tell that this is set really well because the metal spokes are really digging into the leather. This is an example of a tubular rivet that didn't quite set all the way yet. You can really see the difference between that and that. So this just hasn't been hit enough, or the tube was a little too short for the bulk of this leather. So it didn't allow enough of the tube to stick above the work that I was setting in order for it to set into this nice splayed out, almost like flower shape. So we'll go ahead and set this one now. There we go. So I can pull on this and I can feel that it's all really strong and set in there. Tubular rivets are extra strength rivets. They work really good on projects where the straps really need that extra hold in order to stand up to the wear and tear and use of the bag.